If you respond to the same question, that how do you see the Israel-India nexus, because we have seen over the years that some of the mining agreements with Israel, and they are working very closely to the line of control. Also, Indian RAW and Israeli Mossad has a lot of connection with each other. Even Mossad has given a lot of training and equipment and technical overview to the Indians as well. So how do you see that? Because this issue is now going at the same pattern as Palestine.
Yeah, this is a very, very important aspect that needs to be discussed here at this forum, and through your forum I would like to name these two states, the two eyes, that India and Israel, as I call them inherently criminal states, ICS. They are inherently criminal states, and they are both the product of the British. So it was the British dishonesty. If you go through the initiation of the Palestinian issue, right from the Balfour, their conspiracies against
go back to
the
history in 1917
against the Ottoman, and then again here in 1947 to 48, that Mountbatten was the Governor General of India when the accession was signed, and the troops were sent by India into Kashmir with his consent, and he had the audacity to visit Lahore and speak to Qaid that we will try and resolve this. No, it was sheer dishonesty, and they supported these two eyes. They are inherently criminal states, and they follow the same pattern of atrocities in their respective domain. You just look at what is happening in Kashmir, and you just look at what is happening in Gaza. It is exactly the same. Israel actually trains and has brainwashed Indian leadership to follow this idea of surgical strikes. They choose the time and place of their own choice, and they go and bomb poor and innocent civilians who are non-combatants, and more than 50% of the deaths are to the children and minors.
They are unarmed, you know.
Absolutely non-combatants, that is why I am saying. And what do they achieve? 3 Ds: deaths, destruction, devastation, only so that the people remain under fear of their lives. Where they are lucky, I call them lucky, the two eyes. Why? The whole Western world is behind them in their doings.
So when Naveed Sahib, when we are talking about this very important and grave issue, what the resolutions say: plebiscite, right of self-determination in the under the umbrella of United Nations. But if there would be a demographic change and the population change, do you think that when non-Kashmiris entered into Kashmir, there would be their majority or something like that? Do you think that it's going to work when we are talking about the resolutions?
No, I don't think so. As a Muslim, though we are not supposed to lose hope, but there is no resolution in sight, and there is no effort in that direction on part of the UN or OIC or the entire Muslim Ummah. There is no one voice. As I said in my previous talk, that the two eyes are absolutely lucky that they have full support of the entire Western world, and UN is helpless. At the same time, in the Kashmiri case, entire world supports India is darling of the West, and OIC, Muslim Ummah, they do not have a common voice for the people of Kashmir. There are resolutions, n number of resolutions at the OIC forum also and at the UN also, but there is non-implementation of either resolution, not even condemnation now. Now there are many countries who do not even condemn Israeli actions and the Indian actions. And as far as Nexus is concerned, it's just been confirmed 3 days back Qatar has announced the death sentence to 8 Indian naval officers, retired officers, who were serving in
Including a
Qatar
sailor.
Armed Forces,
Including a sailor.
isn't it? That they are awarded death sentence because they were working for Israel, espionage for Israel. We have the same case. Kulbhushan, retired Indian officer, working for India inside Pakistan, carrying out terrorism acts, supporting terrorism, and we are still holding him. He is not still being hanged.
That state-sponsored regional terrorism now converting into the global one.
Absolutely. We have a case in Canada.
In
India?
Britain as well.
Absolutely,
In Britain as well.
Britain
Then you
as
have
well.
Qatar,
But-
Afghanistan, lots of issues.
But the issue is that when you are darling of the West, because you are a huge consumer market and you have millions of non-resident Indians who are now part of the Capitol Hill, they are dictating. You know, you have a Indian background citizen of UK, Prime Minister of UK,
Rishi Sunak.
who the second day
Doctor,
of Biden,
your point well taken.